So if I can sell, if I can sell this painting for $1 million, I'll be free. Why I do this is because if I sell this painting for $1 million, I can pay my student loan, I can pay my truck, and I can travel to Europe, go to Belgium, go to Denmark, Norway, Switzerland, Sweden, Portugal, Italy, French, Italy. I said that Italy twice. There's something going on there. Something good is waiting for me in Italy, Spain, Russia. So if I go Croatia, wow, beautiful woman out there. So if I sell this painting for $1 million, right? A euros, I can go and leave this country. Bye bye, America. Sayonara, America. I don't want to see you, America. Maybe 5 years. I want to spend 5 years in Europe. I want to spend 5 years in Europe, going back and forth. Spain, no Europe, just like my hand, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can put Europe right here in my hand, and I can know the ins and out. That's my plan, right? After that, I can conquer Europe, right? And I know the ins and outs of Europe, and I have experience in Europe, right? Then I might come back to America. You know, now my mind, it'll be different. And I know that my mind will be different. Why I think in this such type of way? America, America, a beautiful country, but when you are in debt, nobody shown me. Nobody will show you how to spend money. Nobody will show you how to live life until you make mistakes. Until you make a mistake, you will learn, and you in a hard way. In a hard way. If you have no mentors, if nobody really put time in your childhood, now you live in America like a spender. You know what I'm saying? So watching videos of people doing things that I cannot imagine, people spending hours, days creating, doing things that it's not even in your mind, you know, then if you not creating, you are spending. Simple. Simple as that. If you're not creating, you're spending. So God had to create the creators, people that have the mindset of create things, and He create, and then you, by your disobedience, you go and spend because from your lack of understanding of knowledge. But it's fine because that's how money works, right? You have to work, maybe by someone else's vision, right? Someone created a job. Now he's making money. He's putting the money so you can be in that AC or you can be in that company, right? You don't have to pay anything. But you decided to trade your time for money because you a spender. A spender because right away you if you get your check every week, every 2 weeks, it depends. You're gonna go and spend it, right? That is mind of the spender. Is something wrong with that? No, it's not. Because without you, then people wouldn't be. Because you know who makes America great? The middle class. The middle class make America great. Because if the middle class decides to say, you know what, I'm not gonna work for this company, and nobody goes to work, that company has no labor, so that company is gonna go to hell. For real, dog. It's gonna go to hell, dude. Think about it. That company is gonna go to hell because he depends on the workers. Now, we're moving to a new era where the bosses, the people that had a vision for you, robots are coming in now. Right? So we're coming to this era that they don't need no more laborers. Now they can work all day because the middle class has a lot of complainers. Everybody's complaining. But the middle class doesn't understand that you are the one that making Amazon, the car dealers, the apartments rich. You're making that person rich because a you become a asset for them. The middle class man, you become an asset for the rich, right? So why am I selling this painting for $1 million? Because my creativity, this is my creativity, right? This is how. Okay, let me hear. So let me give you an example. What this is God. This is Psalms 24. I haven't finished yet. Psalms 24. This is God. This is the person that believed, and this is the other person that didn't believe in God. Right? He say, screw it. So those three crosses, right? Now, my mentality is that without the middle class, so you have the rich that owns property, owns companies, is moving this and that. And then you have the middle class, and you have the poor, the people. So the middle class is paying taxes, right? Because this, check this out. $300. Let's do math. Let's do freaking math. So $300, right? It's coming out of you, out of somebody's check, right? Times how how many middle class people live in the United States? They would say it was, let's say we're gonna keep the number simple, but you're gonna have the idea. 1 million every week. So you're gonna have 300 millions of dollars going to the government. Imagine that, bro. Fucking sorry for the local word. Think 300 millions of dollars are going to the government. What's the government gonna do with the money? The politicians, they're gonna take some of it, and then they're gonna give to food stamps, some bullcrap road, whatever, police, fire department. But then the poor says, you know what? I don't want to work over 40 hours. Because if I work over 40 hours, they might take my food stamps, the money assistance. So then there is me working overtime. And because I have a car payment, because I didn't have a mentor, right? Like this is not, nobody's gonna tell you this, right? So I didn't have a mentor. I didn't have somebody that teach me all these things, right? So I'm like, okay, now having a new car is good. Oh, going to ask the government for the student loans, asking for my own money, and then our own money, but then I have to repay that money. But then you have someone else that doesn't give a crap. They just have babies after babies, and they love living like that. That's fine. That's not me. That's not my problem. But I'm here in the middle. I had to pay taxes. Then I have to work for this guy. But it's fine. This guy created my job. And I'm not blaspheming. I'm not blaspheming this guy. And I also know I have nothing against the poor. But I'm in the middle. I'm here with the poor and then the rich, right? So I'm here in the middle and then getting on that, thinking without a mentorship, right? So I go and I take the student loans, thinking, I want to better myself. I want to get better pay. I want to be able to make more money. Then it hits me, right? It hits me because the more I, the more I think about it, you know, the more I realize that the rich are getting richer because the middleman, the middle class, and the poor, the middle class and the poor is like just like that saying: if you're in first, you're last. So if the middle is second, the poor is third, right? And the rich is first. So who cares? If you're rich, you're still poor. So, but it's fine because that's what makes everything go around. The poor, the middleman, the middle the middle class and the poor class, they like to spend. They're spenders, right? Oh, I don't want to live in an apartment. Let me get a home. Let me get a truck. Let me get this. So that's the middle class, right? And it's fine because you live in an apartment and you pay money, and that money ain't going back. So at least you're making a wealth, a property for you. But then I think to myself, I need to sell. I need to sell this painting for $1 million. If I sell this painting for $1 million, I pay my truck right away. Here, there's your truck payment. I don't want to know anything about no trucks for right now. Then I'll pay my government because those things are not a good debt. That's a bad debt. Student loans are bad debt unless you are 110% you're gonna do that career. If you ain't gonna do that career, then do not freaking do it. Why? Because a lot of youngsters, and I was young myself, I was like, man, you know what? I want to get a student loan. I want to be this type of dude, get money so I can have more money, right? But then you don't realize that student loan it's a freaking change you put in yourself, dude. You better know, like when you ask for a student loan, don't make sure you know what you're gonna do, man. If I would ask for a student loan, I would do it in my 30s. I think in your 30s, now you kind of know, kind of like if you ain't doing nothing, then yeah, 30s, go ahead. But if you're in your 18 years old and then you still partying and doing all these things, and you think you're gonna pay that student loan, and you don't, if you ain't doing homework, if you ain't putting those extra hours, you know what? I'm sorry. It's gonna be a big problem because think about it. If you're not doing homework with this with the class, with whatever you apply for, whatever career, if you're doing homework, you think are you gonna care about later? I just know this. If you're not putting those extra hours for your work, you know what? Someone else is putting those extra hours. When you are sleeping, when you are partying, somebody else is working. You gotta think about that. But which is fine, you know, because the student loans are a are a good debt, but also a bad debt. A brand new truck is a bad debt. Yes, it's fucking bad. Sorry for the name. It's bad debt because I mean it's good because you have a new truck, AC works, but when you make those payments, it's not fun. I didn't know that. You know, you have to make mistakes in your life to learn. So now, what am I saying? Where when liability? So the middle class, it's okay. It's okay. The middle class has a job. Uh, they party. We like to party sometimes. We like to go out. We like to spend money on certain restaurants and the gas station, and this and that, and it is fine. We are making our money, without a without a without without a us spending money. Right, this is my painting right here. Let me get something else. Without me, so if I don't spend money, then the economy is gonna crash because I have to spend money on food. We have to spend money on gas. We have to spend money on medicine. We have to spend money on things, bro. We have to. That's the middle class. The middle class is making United States great. Without the middle class, if the middle class say, you know what, man, we're done with this. You know what? We're gonna ask for food stuff. We ain't gonna work. Everybody in middle class. So the people, the owners, they're like, hey, I got no workers. Everything stopped. Machinery, plumbers, electricians, all these people just say, you know what? I'm done working. I'm gonna go ask Alcon Sam. But now Alcon Sam is gonna be in more debt because it's more people coming in asking for food stamps. But who is paying for them? Nobody is paying for them. So that economy is gonna crash. So what am I saying? Am I saying that the middle class needs to be awake, that we are really important? The middle class people plays a big role because if the middle class stop working, the rich will make money and the poor won't be able to eat because I'm working for the rich, and that rich is putting a price on me. So let's say I get paid $20 an hour. When they charge the other company, whoever I'm working for, they're gonna charge them $40 an hour. So they pay me 20, they kept 20. And it's fine because they provide this. Maybe a truck, maybe diesel, this and that, and they give you checks and they give you a 401k, they give you this. It's fine. I'm not saying it's fine. There's people that like to live like that. But then the poor, then then the taxes, or how much they pay you, whatever overtime they pay you, they go to snaps to the people. Have you been go to the grocery shopping and you never ask for government assistance? Go and look how people spend money. There's people that have like 5 kids. Maybe they're going through this problem, or maybe they are good. They're dressing really good and they're smelling really good and they have all this food. And the next thing you know, they pull a food stamp card, and they pull it in. That's your money that they're spending. So they have $300 to $500 of food stamps, and you don't have nothing. You don't have nothing. Middle class, nothing. You're like, you know what? I don't want to. Maybe you went to ask the food stamp to give you food stamp. Maybe they give you some, but maybe they didn't give you. But what I'm saying is that they didn't give you. Who's taking the money? The person is in front of you. The person that has put in the food stamp card and is putting that all the Gatorades, all the water, even bunch of food, dude. A lot of food. They want to spend that money so much, and then that food's gonna go to waste. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. I'm not saying nothing, but that food's gonna go to waste because they're gonna use their card. They're gonna spend their limit. They're gonna overspend the limit because next month comes, so they want to spend that limit. And then those $300, those $400 that are missing on your check, that person is using it for you. And then you might say at the end of the year, I might get some money back. Yes, you do, but you don't get the money, the real money. So yeah, you might get money back in the taxes, or you might don't owe the government nothing, and you square with the government. Well, who's laughing? The rich, because they don't have to work. They see you working, right? Ha ha ha. They eating lobsters. And then the poor, they're laughing because they're making more babies. And then the middle class man, like myself, that's why I want to sell this painting for $1 million so I can pay the government. I can pay the government, can pay the truck, and travel, man. Get out of the world. Get out of. I want to get out of the America for a minute. You know what? And it's fine. It's fine to work. I'm not saying working is not good. Work is good. But when you think and then you realize that you're in the middle and then you are like bombarding and then you go and to the bar and you drink and you don't have no purpose. So that's why when you don't have no purpose, you like to drink, you like to party, and it's fine. I'm not nothing against that. But then you don't have a purpose. You're not spending your time creating the next painting, $1 million painting that can get you out of poverty, freedom. Your creative mind comes right here. This is my mind right here. This is God. This is the world. God died for this, for the world. Psalms 24. Psalms 24. Psalms 24. Kings of kings. And everybody, who is the kings of glory? Jesus, the Lord of lords, the Lord Almighty. Who is the king? Who is the King of glory? Psalms 24. The Lord Almighty. Then it's fine. It's fine. And I think, deeply think, the middle class, you want to have a brand new truck, you have a brand new house, you have to pay. The poor, they give him food assistance, they give him a house, all this. assignments. And it's fine. I don't got nothing against the poor because I don't want to be like that. But then I'm in the middle and I want to be rich. I want to feel how to be rich. Be like, you know what? I'm gonna go to vacation. I'm just gonna go. But the rich also suffers a lot of problems too. Because when people damage something, truck, something, they have to pay. But they have insurance. So the rich already is rich. I think the people that are the having the fun is the politicians. The ones that are controlling. The people that sales. But there's another topic. 10-4. 10 easy. Take it easy. Hey, you guys want this painting? $1 million. If you're a millionaire, if you have billions of dollars, please help me to be rich so I can pay my debt and move out of this right here. I want to move from this continent so I can live right there. I believe right there is there's where I want to go. If you're a millionaire, if you have, if you're a millionaire, billionaire, because I need help. I didn't have no mentors. Now I realize that you have to be a creative man. Just like God is creative, you gotta be creative. Take care. God bless you. Hope this video helps.